This is how easily I fall in love. So I'm walking on the road, minding my own business. My mind is very far away. And mind you, I'm young, I'm preteen. So a girl is coming from this other side of the road. I'm not paying attention to her. I'm focused on the road. Then this girl just says, "Hi, Derek." And I'm like, wow, I like how that sounds when you say it. And immediately I was in love. Like that quickly. From 0 to 100, real quick. Yeah, I was in love. That's when I started realizing that I guess I fall in love too easily. I need to be careful. Another day, I see a girl, no interest in her at all. And then she's like, it was in class at that time. I know those who have gone to the same school as me might know who I'm talking about. Uh, no interest. And she's like, can I sing you a song? Not me personally. She was singing for the group. And I listened to just one song. And I'm like, wow, what an angelic voice. I'm in love. Yeah, in love again. Just like that, I guess I'm a simple man when it comes to issues pertaining love. Anyway, I also fall out of love very easily, but I'll tackle that in a few minutes. Then I meet this other girl. No interest in her. Absolutely none. Then she just opens her eyes. I had not looked at her eyes. And her eyes are big, like big and wide, like torches. I stare at them. I'm like, wow, never seen such beautiful eyes. Oh my God, I'm in love. Yeah, I was just like that, that easily. Then another one, another one. I was having a conversation with her, not interested also having a conversation with her. Then I said something and she smiled. Then I looked at her smile. I was like, wow, what a beautiful smile. Oh, I'm in love. That's the trend. That's the trend. Things were going that way. Then I saw another one, I've fallen in love so many times. I don't even know whether it's love. Usually, if you ask me whether I've fallen in love, I will tell you no, cause this cannot be love. It's not lust either. I don't think it's lust, but it's completely unpredictable, and I can't predict it. And then I'm in this I'm in this school there. Then uh, and there's this girl, and she kind of moves her head in a certain way. I don't know how to describe the movement of her head, but one day I was absent-minded and she was in my field of view. So I looked at her move her neck and her head. I don't know whether you get me, like just the movement of her head and her neck, and I'm like, wow, that's the most beautiful movement I've ever seen. Oh, I'm totally in love. I am. Time passes. Time passes. I don't know how many people I fell in love with, but along the way there were so many. And there was this girl. There was this girl. Usually as a kid, I wasn't attracted to light skin women, but there's one light skin who made me go crazy. I was like, wow, I've never seen this contour or hue on anyone. Like her skin almost looked red in a way. It was like red, brown. I don't know how to describe it, but the mix of the colors on her face was just amazing. She was glowing, and then she was really shy. Mm. Like every time I'm talking, she's just looking down. She couldn't look me in the eye, and I was in love. I was like, beautiful. I remember I wrote poems about her. I didn't know how to write poems, but the creativity just came. I wrote a a whole book about her. Okay, it was not a long book. It's a very short book, but yeah, it was a whole story that I was adding on to every day about how crazy it is. A girl is driving me, I was in love, and I thought I would never be in love again for a while. I started analyzing these trends in my love triangles, and I'm like, this is not healthy. Uh, people are just people are just making me my feelings go bananas for no good reason. But it happened again. And this is the worst of them all. Let me just tell you, this is the worst of them all. So I was very sick. I was having a flu and everything. My nose was watery. My eyes were watery. My mouth was, I was just in bed doing nothing. When you have a flu, there is nothing much you can do. You can go and get some medicine from the pharmacy, but it usually doesn't help much the flu. So I was just sleeping. And then this girl was a friend of mine. I was not interested in her. I wasn't. But when I was this sick, she passed by where I was living and found me sick. And, I had pieces of tissue paper all over the house because of my nose was watery and everything. So she just looks at the house and, like, what happened? How sick are you? I'm like, I'm not feeling well at all. So she a mop, takes a mop and clears up everything. I'm wondering, how are you touching all these tissue papers and everything, and you're not worried about getting the flu? I didn't ask, but that's the question I was asking in my head. She finishes. Then she walks out. She tells me I'll be back a while from now. And I was already in love after that. I'm like, I don't think I will ever find anyone better than that. And this is the feeling I have every time I meet a new girl. Like, I feel like I will never get anyone better than her. This is how I felt. Then to top it all, she came back after an hour. And she told me she's going to the kitchen for uh, to make something. So she goes to the kitchen and makes me some black tea. That's some tea with water and some sugar. And then she brings it to me. She's like, I have this drink. I'm like, wow, never seen such kindness in my entire life. You took your time to make me some tea. You didn't even go buy the tea and bring it. You made it yourself. And I even liked the cup that she put it in. I'm like, wow, this is great. Awesome, I'm in love. Like, my goodness, that I was falling in love left and right and everywhere. I remember later looking at this girl like she was a cashier somewhere in school in the cafeteria. I just looked at her. She has a very calm voice, and then her face. She's very dark skinned, but then she has this dark skin that looks matte black. I don't know whether you know what matte black is. It's not a like smooth black. It's a rough black that is. It looks rough, but in a very pretty way. I don't know how to explain it. I've never seen someone with such skin, and the skin was flawless. I looked at her and I was wow, wow, wow. Never seen such skin. And then her eyes were white. Her eyes are white on the outside. Like, I don't know whether it's called the cornea. But given how dark she was and how bright the white part is, the contrast between the two was just amazing to look at. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is impossible. It's impossible to beat. Another time I was asleep. I was feeling depressed. And I was asleep. And then a friend of mine, a girl, just passes by and is like, let's go out. And then I tell her I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. I can't go out. Just go out alone. So he's like, no, I'm not living here. I'm not leaving you here in bed to suffer alone. It's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I don't feel like doing anything. He's like, no, I'm not listening to you. Get up and let's go. And then I go back to sleep. And she pulls me out of bed. Like, no, 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 no sleeping. We are going. And we go. Like, I was not feeling like going, but I wake up half-heartedly. Then I go. Then I had the best day of my life. She had a full day planned for us. Like, all fun activities and everything. And in the evening, I was feeling like, wow, like this girl is everything I've ever wished for. She can get me out of this depressive mood and everything. I'm in love, and I fell in love. But there's a part of me that I said I will mention. I also fall out of love very easily. Like I can just reject someone on first because I met this girl and I looked at her hairstyle and I was like, no, nope, nope, not going any further than this. And she was beautiful, I tell you, really beautiful. But I just can't do that hairstyle. I'm done. I'm out of here, girl. Find someone who can tolerate that hairstyle. And I find another one, and just the way she walks, I'm like, no, no, no. You can't be walking like that. I'm not going to describe it because it's petty. My dislikes are also petty. Like, it's not okay to just dismiss someone because of a hairstyle or a walking style. But my mind just does that for some reason. Then I listen to another one talking, and the way she pronounces her S, I'm like, I can't deal with someone who pronounces their S like that. And I'm out like that, like falling out of love so easily. Even just the way someone smiles, like sometimes I look at how someone smiles and I'm like, I'm done. I can't handle such a smile. I'm really done. Or maybe she's using a word that I feel like it is not a word I like. People like different words. So sometimes I'll find someone like I like them so much. Everything is going all went perfectly. I mean, this is love at first sight and love forever and ever, amen. But she says a word and I'm like, "Oh, no. I don't think I can handle this. I really don't. And I don't know how that happens. You're probably listening to this and wondering you're such a bastard. How can you reject someone just based on hairstyle, how they pronounce words, how they walk? That is my mind. I'm sorry, but whatever is in my mind is not pretty. I can find a pretty way to showcase what's in my mind, but it's not pretty, and it makes me it makes me feel guilty sometimes because I will try. Like my entire self is telling me avoid this person because of this, and some of it comes from trauma, like the hair. Uh, she reminded me of someone who had done me wrong, who used to wear the same hairstyle. So looking at it, I cannot. Some of them are just subconscious things as to why I feel a certain way. Uh, so that's mostly it. That's mostly it. But I guess one of the most recent ones was I was walking down the street. This I guess is very normal for every man to experience. Like I was walking and then I found a really tall a black woman, taller than me. Usually when she's taller than me, I'm not interested. And I look at her chest and her back. It's the perfect like curvy at every level. And then the clothes she was wearing, I'm like, wow, the clothes just hug her perfectly. It doesn't look like it's oversized or undersized, like just the perfect size. Like she chose her wardrobe carefully. She had makeup on and everything. The way her eyes were moving and the way she was walking, she was in a group of people, but she was clearly standing out. I'm looking at her, I'm like, I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. I haven't. And to this, I think I found another one, a quiet one for this matter. And, you know, just just the quietness drew me in for some reason. Yeah, so these are some of the few reasons why I just fall in love So easy.